Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Blizzard Cup, put on by the GSL, the Global Starcraft 2 League. I am Moltrap.
I'm Kaldor.
And we are here to cast some ridiculous games.
Yes.
These games have been absolutely insane. I was getting nerd chills just thinking about the games earlier, and now I've got like nerd adrenaline running through my veins from watching Lenok play so incredibly well, actually beating. He just took like the sixth game ever taken off of Nesty in a ZVZ, I think. I could be wrong about that number, but he's won like 40 of them in tournament play, and he's only lost like 5 before this. So
let me just check
got the exact numbers right there.
Yeah, Nesty in ZVZ, he lost 9.
9, really?
And he won 43.
Insane. Either way, point being, Nesty is very, very good. He's very good at ZVZ, and Lenok apparently able to better him in this game at least. But what that means is that Lenok is actually up 2-0 in the group.
2-1.
2-1, I'm sorry, 2...
MMA.
That's right, I'm sorry, 2-1 in the group, which means he is in a really good position, and Nesty is in a very bad position.
Talking about MMA, we have him up against NaNiwa, and NaNiwa, he's angry. He is looking at his screen with sheer determination, shaking his head, and he knows damn well that now he's down 2 games. He needs a win right now. He played very, very well. Is very strong player, but it didn't work out in his favor so far. He lost to Polt, he lost to Lenok, and now he's up against MMA, and he needs a win, and he needs it now. And here he is at the bottom left of Calm Before the Storm. A player from Sweden, none other than
Punching Gaming NaNiwa.
Yes, indeed. There he is, sporting his new blonde hair. And, sorry if this audio issues are... Whoa, anyway, here's his opponent.
Slayers MMA.
Sorry about that. I had a couple technical glitches going on, and it confused me. My apologies. But, yeah, MMA, very, very strong player here. Here's the thing, NaNiwa, what am I trying to say? He's someone that before, like a couple months ago, I think would have definitely been like kind of an underdog in the series kind of thing in the group. But then he did so well at, you know, in other events after that. After he lost to Lucky, he went off and did extremely well, like MLG, beat Nesty, beat everyone. Beat everyone good, except for Lenok, at MLG Providence, and just showed such commandingly good play as well. You know, he really showed that he was really one of the top Protoss players in the world, that he deserves to be on this stage with the top Koreans as well. So, you know, he's definitely going to put up a good fight. MMA is not going to have an easy win here, despite having a little bit more accomplishment.
And talking about NaNiwa, we actually have Banks from UpCloseGamers.com here in Korea right now, and he made a couple of interviews with NaNiwa lately about his switch to Quantic Gaming from Complexity, and at the press conference he also interviewed NaNiwa about his games today and his performance as the Blizz Cup. So if you want to get some additional information about NaNiwa and check out those interviews, just have a look at UpCloseGamers.com. And in the game right now, NaNiwa is going for a hedge first. Hedge first, yeah, well, I wish. No, he's actually going for the Nexus first.
Nexus first, and very,
MMA
very dangerous.
Proxy Factory.
Interesting. I think this is going to be for Proxy Banshees. I think that would be pretty good on this map.
The one thing that I've seen on this map in Terran versus Protoss was Proxy Thor. Because you can actually kill force fields with the Thor as well, but I don't think... Well, I would be surprised if we would see that by MMA now. I've seen it though. And we have double refinery now for MMA. He's in his main base, he's going for the reactor. He might get Marines and a Thor after all. This is definitely something that he can play, because you expect your opponent might expand. Calm Before the Storm is a really huge map, and if you actually try to get a Thor, then you can kill. And there's the armory. There is the armory. He's going for proxy Thors. The Korean commentators go crazy behind us.
Oh my gosh.
But wait, let me elaborate on that for a second, because the proxy Thor build that I've seen on that map failed due to a simple reason. The Protoss player did not try to defend with sentries, but built stalkers. The Terran pulled off SCVs, and the Protoss was able to defend against that. It was actually Choya. It was Choya against Noblesse, and this is going to be really exciting. If NaNiwa goes for sentries to force field his ramp, he will lose that game.
Because the sentries won't do any good in fighting against
exactly.
the Thor.
But if he goes for the Stalker defense, he might crush the Thor, and there's the Thor.
He is even going to have a sizable number of Marines to go with this as well, actually. So MMA going for this kind of a kooky all-in is going to really have a lot of pressure here. And let's see, we see one sentry on the way, but he does have a Stalker and a Zealot. He's getting additional gateways here, and Warp Gate Tech is almost finished, so he might be able to warp in enough units to try and put up a defense.
Let's not forget about the early robotics. He's getting the robotics as well. If he gets the Immortal, it will be a close call. But if he's able to squeeze out an Immortal...
he sees the Marines moving across the map. He knows he's in a little bit of trouble.
Chrono boost? Is he getting a second? If he thinks that this is going to be a bio attack, he will go for additional sentries. He's chrono boosting right now. Will he get the Immortal?
Yes, the Warp Gates come up. And the Observer comes out first. He's not getting the Immortal. He does not suspect what's going on. MMA is delaying, though. And now, a Stalker that's caught in the middle of the map. He almost loses that Stalker. MMA is delaying this rush, though.
Oh no, he's getting 2 additional sentries and double forge. No, this is horrible. But MMA, that is quite a ballsy move. That is a really, really ballsy move by MMA.
And the SCVs have come off the line. Almost every SCV is going for MMA. Those are going to do to buffer damage and also to repair the Thor. He's got a Hellion there as well, which means if he pulls probes, the Hellion can mow down probes. And he's going for the robotic support bay. He's not getting an Immortal. He has no idea this is coming.
That would be the perfect move if his opponent would go for bio. But no, MMA has 2 Thors, and NaNiwa, I'm sorry to say, has no chance of winning that. The force fields will be crushed. There's nothing he can do.
Wow, he throws it down just for the sake of it. Immediately tries to chrono boost out a Immortal, but the Thors and Marines are doing so much damage. The robotics facility goes down. NaNiwa caught completely off guard by this proxy Thor rush. Even waited for 2 Thors. NaNiwa, if he'd scouted it, somehow could have had a chance. But those units are doing so much damage. He's taking out every building so quickly.
MMA with an amazing display, showing us new strategy. We have the Slayers player now in the main base of NaNiwa, and NaNiwa is about to lose that match. There's nothing he can do right now. Actually, he's waiting. He's trying to get more units before attacking his opponent, but those 3 gateways that he's building right now won't be done in time.
And here he comes in.
The Guardian Shield goes up. He's trying to focus on the Thor. Where are the SCVs? Where is the repair? MMA losing the first one.
He takes out the Thor.
He's losing both of them.
He took out both of the Thors. He didn't even have to pull probes. There's more gateways warping in the back.
Are you serious?
NaNiwa is definitely not in good shape by any means at all, but he has actually killed off the Thors, and this is all in for MMA. If he stops this attack, NaNiwa wins the game.
Mole Trap, he has 44 probes against 22 SCVs. If he's clearing that army, he will win. He's chrono boosting. How could MMA lose the Thors? How could that happen?
Gosh, he wasn't babysitting them with the SCVs, and then he actually surrounded them with the Zealots so they couldn't fully repair. A couple bad force fields there, which
failed fields from NaNiwa.
He really needed those force fields to trap those Marines or force them back if he moves in.
Oh
but
my
there's 3 Hellions.
God! MMA with such a huge blunder that might lose him the game. He pulled all those SCVs for nothing. NaNiwa is supply blocked. He has to go now. He has to attack now.
He's going for the bunker. Force field goes down trying to block the repair, but no, there's just too many SCVs there. And NaNiwa is not out of the woods yet. He does have now 5 warp gates available to him.
He's getting 5 pylons. He slipped in his macro. NaNiwa has 1,000 minerals, but he forgot to build more pylons.
Oh no!
The Nexus!
Oh, the Nexus is going to go down. He does warp in a round of Zealots, though.
It's not over yet. He is allowed to use the Nexus. If he clears that up, he will still be in the lead due to his 36 probes. And MMA has so many SCVs with his army. But another Thor, and this time he's finally surrounding him, able to repair the Thor. NaNiwa, will you be able to pull that one off?
But the Hellions are going to be able to stop those probes from doing much. He's going back. NaNiwa going in, trying to hold off this attack. Going in with the Stalkers as well. The Stalkers are gone. The SCVs are repairing the bunker as he target fires down the bunker. The target firing on the bunker does no damage. And NaNiwa is now in deep trouble once again. Microing his Stalkers back into the corner, but they've got nowhere to go.
This is insane, warping in new Stalkers. Look at that, trying to focus the Thor. Will the Thor die? The Thor is going down, but will it be enough? Will he have enough units? I can't believe what I'm seeing now.
He's backed into a corner. His gateway's blocking. His gateway blocks the Stalkers. GG! Oh, no. And you know what? If those gateways had been a little bit off, if NaNiwa had room to micro those Stalkers, he actually might have stood a chance there. But he just got trapped in his own, a prison of his own creation for those Stalkers. They could not micro back, and MMA is going to go ahead and go to 3-0 in the group. And he's pretty much guaranteed to advance now. NaNiwa is guaranteed not to advance. And wow, a valiant defense there. Not many Protoss players could have lasted that long even. You gotta hand it to him, but
when NaNiwa killed those two Thors, I couldn't believe my eyes. All those SCVs, and he didn't even try to repair. MMA lost
he did try to repair the second one, but the Zealot stopped him from fully repairing. And he just targeted fire down too quickly, so...
We talked about in the game, NaNiwa had gone for Stalkers, but usually you encounter a lot of biopressure, so you go for the sentry, go for the force field. Still, he had that small slip out where he had 1,000 minerals and he couldn't warp in units because he didn't have pylons anymore. He forgot that the pylons were in the front. The pylons were killed, he was supply blocked, he couldn't warp in anything. And this is just a horrible way of losing in this group. All three games of NaNiwa were exceptional, but here are the results.
I am actually staggered by the composure that NaNiwa showed during that crisis situation. He did not panic, he did not slip. Well, he slipped in his macro, I guess, admittedly, but I mean, he didn't like freak out. He just kept his cool, built more gateways, and tried his best to win the game regardless of such a bad situation. I know some players probably would have left the game as soon as that Thor was up their ramp, but he actually made a good run of it.
That was amazing. It was really amazing. MMA is the first in the group with 3 wins and 0 losses. Paul is second, and I officially apologize to Paul right now for calling him like the player who would struggle the most in this group. I'm very, very sorry that I ever doubted you, Paul. I will apologize to you later in person, but this...
Yep. And in a shocking turn of events, Nesty ends up 4th in the group there. He's going to get eliminated there. And that is actually crazy that Nesty gets eliminated from the group. I mean, he, I think, was one of the favorites of this tournament going into this. But, I mean, that's the thing about a tournament where you get all the best champions together in one place, is there's no telling what's going to happen. And so just by the turn of events that happened, we do have the situation right now. But it's not quite over yet. They're still going to vie for places. Remember, the first place in the group actually goes straight to the semifinals, while the second and third place players have to battle it out in the round of 16. The same format as the Team League playoffs that we had recently, if you're familiar with that. But we're going to get into Holt versus Lenok in just a moment on Shakura's Plateau. Don't go anywhere here at the Blizzard Cup.